Hey, hello there. Oh, I can't hardly talk. Hey, hello there. Listen, have you ever felt like you were just about to attract bad news all the time? Or have you ever felt stuck, like you could never get a break? Or you've even been in a place where, everything was failing around you. Well, we're going to talk about some things today, but first, I just want to say hi and welcome to She Is Still Dope TV. I am Sharonda Lynn. I am a digital branding specialist that creates dynamic demand between your target market and your business by optimizing websites for maximum and profitable engagement. And I want to talk to you today about living in chaos. Today, we're going to talk about chaos, finding peace, and hacking your way out. Okay, so right now we're going to go to our slides and we're going to be talking about living in chaos, how tech can make a difference. All right, so let me see here. I'm trying to do it in two different ways. So what is a life of chaos? So chaos really means behavior or unpredictableness as to appear random, owing to great sensitivity to small changes in conditions. I mean, chaos in our lives enters in every possible way, in every possible manner, right? It could be that a family member passed away and that would just shift us. We could be somebody, not we, somebody, but not me, could be getting pregnant. And that could have been a surprise. You could have found yourself in a car accident, your loved one in a car accident. All of this adds up to chaos. You could have calamity at work. Something huge happens that disrupts your day. That's chaos for us. You could even count something as beautiful as falling in love as chaos, because when you fall in love, you've got to balance all kinds of things, and people don't always get it, right? They don't always get that you're in love and you have these things. You have this person, this male, this female that you want to connect with. So when we're talking about chaos, we're talking about all the things that disrupt our everyday life. We're talking about all the things that we have to juggle and deal with so that we can try to balance. But when chaos comes, it usually comes when we're least expecting it. It comes in it doesn't come in a still voice. It comes roaring like a lion. We get the bottom dropped out of us. But chaos isn't unmanageable. Chaos isn't a thing that we have to deal with and we don't know how to, that we can't juggle, or it leaves us bereft and without knowing which way to go or what to do, right? So we want to find out, though, even in chaos, are you addicted to chaos? Are you addicted to chaos? Now, I know you're going to say, who in the heck is addicted to chaos? However, these are 5 different reasons or 5 different ways that people can be addicted to chaos. And we're going to talk about each one of them. So the first syndrome of you being addicted to chaos is, oh, poor me, look what happened to me. And so you're sitting there, you have tales of all these misfortunes. I know if you're not going through it, you know somebody who sits around and all they can do is talk about, look what happened to me. Look what happened in the past. Oh my goodness. So-and-so did this and I felt wounded. And then every 5 minutes, they are talking about that. They're telling misfortune at every opportunity. Let me tell you, if that's you or you know someone like that, how you can break it. You can counter that with success stories. You have to be intentional about coming out of chaos, guys. You have to be intentional about making sure there is peace in your environment. You have to be intentional. So how can you do that? What does that really look like? So if you are a person or you know someone who's dealing with this oh poor me syndrome, like everything, you are a victim in every situation, right? You don't see anything else. And I'm not saying that's you, but I am saying that sometimes we don't even identify with how we can be addicted to chaos, or how someone else can be addicted to chaos. So when you start looking at this, like, oh, poor me, like when someone talks about you, you're always bringing up something that has hurt you, debilitated you. You want to know that that is a poor behavior and it can't help you get ahead. Remember last week, I told you that this show is the plug with Sharonda Lynn. It's your life hacks for glass breakers. For the glass breakers. So when you're glass breaking, we don't come through without headache. We don't come through without issues, right? We are glass breakers. And in that, we come with our own issues. We come with our own faults, our own ideas, and things that really break us down. So you want to start identifying. One thing I want to say is don't be afraid to identify your faults. I know I'm saying, are you addicted to chaos? You might not be, but somebody in your circle might. You might be trying to get ahead and you are attached to someone who is addicted to the victim syndrome. I can point out in my own circle, honey, in my own circle, I can point out individuals that are like that actually, when I look at them and I look at what they're doing, I can actually see them always saying, oh, poor me, right? So how can you break out of that thought process, or how can you help them? You can help by retraining that thought. Instead of talking about everything that happened to you, counter that with success stories or, valid updates. Like, instead of saying, this happened to me, or this is what's going on, excuse me, say, I really enjoyed my nap today. I had strawberries today. They were the sweetest strawberries ever. Be very specific about who you give your bad news to. You want to break this. You want them to break it. So in order to do that, you got to get out of that. We have to, because I've been here. I've caught myself saying, oh, poor me, look what happened to me. And we can't live like that. We are glass breakers. You're trying to get somewhere. You're being very intentional about I'm going to stop saying that. You're going to be very intentional about making your life better, right? So that's number one. So the oh poor me syndrome, you want to catch that. Stop telling all your negative business, and you want to start just specifically saying what good happened to you that day. Number two, you identify with misfortune. So you can see that as you identify with the oh poor me, and you identify that you are the victim. You actually identify with that. You actually set it as a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, we know a wise man once said that the power of life and death is in your tongue. So when you speak something, you are speaking it, and it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I hope you are getting this. I know that this might not have been what you were really looking for today. But I'm telling you, if you listen to this, you can pull out nuggets that will allow you to understand how to break chaos off of your life. You might not necessarily be addicted, but I know, because when I was going through this and creating this, I could identify with some situations where I might be letting some things go in my circle with people I'm connected to. We have to identify that we're going up, baby. We are breaking glasses. We are accomplishing goals. We are going to build that business and that ministry. We have to identify with the things that are taking our focus away from being that dynamic person. So when you are talking about, you identify with chaos, or when we talk about identification with chaos, we are talking about self-fulfilling prophecies. You're always talking about it. You're not just talking about, look what happened to me. You're talking about, look what this is going to happen. It's just going to happen. And that's not good. You want to counter that with recognizing that number one, you do identify with being a victim or being the rescuer, right? Because there's two different sides of that. You can either be the victim or you always have to rescue somebody. You always have to rescue somebody. How many people know something like that? I know every time, if one of my friends, I know every time somebody close around them gets into something, they are the instant rescuer. They have to help them be better, whether somebody asks for it or not. They are there, and we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful. We have to counter that with a compassionate detachment. And I'm going to say that again, compassionately detach. You have to compassionately detach from love, from your love and your and whatever. In other words, loving to be a rescuer, loving to be the victim. You have to compassionately detach, and whatever chaos is happening around you, you have to detach from that too. Like how can we go up in our, just think of, let me just say this. Let's just think of a hot air balloon, right? We're in this hot air balloon. We're in the basket. I always think of it as like a big basket, but you're in the hot air balloon and you're ready to go up. But what do they have to do when they're ready to go up? They have to take the sandbags out of the basket and throw it to the ground. Otherwise, you won't go up. If you continue to attach yourself to chaos, chaos is a weighty thing. It is something that will have you grounded and attached to the ground. When you're trying to go up to the next level, you won't be able to. You won't be able to control your chaos and control what you're getting and supposed to be receiving on that next level. So you have to compassionately detach from people, places, and things that have chaos happening all around you. Now, the third reason that we're dealing with chaos is that you secretly like chaos. Okay, I know somebody's saying, how in the world can anyone love chaos? I could think of two good reasons that people would like chaos. Can you? One is the attention, and then two is the excitement. Chaos brings a spotlight to anyone in it. Now, that's not say you get hurt, right? And that's a horrible experience, or someone around you get hurt. You don't want them to get hurt, or you don't even want to get hurt, but the attention is something you might thrive off of, or someone like that. You cannot think about putting chaos down or getting better or elevating and you like it. You like the attention. You like the constant attention, the constant spotlight. How can you concentrate on your goals if you are so focused on gaining the attention of other people? That is a pitfall. If you're trying to grow, right? If you're trying to elevate, if you're trying to get to that next level, you can't be so focused on the people around you. You have to be able to elevate. You have to be able to detach from that focus. From that attention and that excitement of being in the spotlight. And you have to focus on your goal. Your goal is going to bring the spotlight to you, honey. You just got to focus. You've got to focus. You've got to focus. So how can you counter this? You can counter this by finding excitement and attention elsewhere. You can make you can make the bad things that happen to you less obvious to other people. You don't always have to talk about it. When I talk about finding excitement and attention, when you're focused in your business, you're focused in your ministry, allow that to be your excitement. Allow that to attract attention to you. You don't have to always be so centered on negativity. Chaos it depends on what side of chaos you're on, but chaos is generally a negative thing that floats around you. And that's what I'm talking about. It is so much stuff going on around you that you can't focus in on what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be acting, where you need to go, what you need to do. So are you addicted to any part of chaos? Number 4, you feel like you don't have a choice. In other words, you have this idea that chaos just happens, right? You don't have a choice. It's just going to happen. You're looking at your life. You're looking at the things around you, and you don't see that you could have avoided it, or you could have better managed it. Counter this with knowing you have the ability to create 100% of your reality. Now, that's going to take a strong mindset. You have the ability to create 100% of your reality. And I'm talking about this. It's not what happens to you. It's how you handle it. It's not the storm that passes over you, but it's how you pass through the storm. You can create your own reality. You can't necessarily control the happenings to it, but you can control whether it turns into chaos. You can control whether it turns into something that totally takes your focus off of your goals and your dreams and your visions. You can, and it's a process. So you have to understand that your reality is set by you. You can do this. You can do this. You can take whatever chaos is happening around you, and you can make it into a centralized focus where you can contain it. You can take the people that are chaotic around you, put them in their little box, and you can I was going to say something else, but you can gracefully detach yourself from them, right? So number 5, you believe you deserve it. There are people out there that believe that you deserve everything bad that's happening to you. No, the Bible lets us know, right? That things happen. We're pressed on every side, but it never tells us that what we did when we were children is what's following us now. Some of you are carrying a heavy load from your childhood. I don't want to call out certain things, but there are certain things that may have happened in your childhood, right? That make you feel like today you deserve the chaos, and makes you feel like today you deserve all these bad things happening to you. And that's a negative. You don't deserve what happened to you. You don't deserve what's happening to you now because of your past. No. So you have to detach from that. You generally, when you're thinking that you deserve it, you have attached it to something in your childhood, something traumatic or some traumatic event. Counter that by changing your belief from negative to positive. For example, I know a lot of people, I know you know someone who has said this: nothing good ever happens to me. How many of us have heard that nothing good ever happens to me? You have these people around you that believe that nothing good ever happens. Soon as something bad happens, it's, this is happening again. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Nothing good ever happens to, and you have to start to change your mindset. That's where affirmations come in. That's where speaking into your future comes in. You have to turn that around to doors are opening and coming my way. I am good ground. I am going to accept positive seeds in my life. I am growing. I know it looks like it's chaotic over here, but I'm looking over here. I don't deserve the chaos. I deserve a brilliant future. I deserve to be that CEO. I deserve to be that pastor, that evangelist, that mentor. I deserve it. And when you start thinking like you deserve the good, the bad, you won't believe you deserve chaos anymore. You just won't. You won't be addicted to it. So these are just some things that help you that I wanted to pull out, because sometimes you don't think that you're attached to negativity, right? We have this brilliant thought of ourselves that we are perfect sometimes. We had this brilliant thought that none of this she could not possibly be talking to me. But I promise you that there are times that we fall into these categories of thinking things are attached to us because we deserve it, or you feel like you don't really have a choice, or you secretly like it. You like the attention, or you identify with misinformation, or it's the victim thought process. And I know that a lot of times, even when we are the victim, we don't realize we're using it against our future, or against us being able to elevate. And sometimes, the hard truth is, and if you know anything about me, I'm going to give you the truth. I know you want a sugar-coated message, but most of the time I'm going to come with a little bit of spice. I'm going to come with a little bit of reality. And that reality is that we're not perfect. So pull out of this what you can identify with and apply it. This is nothing but for your good, right? So how then, if we're going through chaos, how can we find our peace in chaos? That is our next thing. How can we find peace in chaos? So number one, you want to stay focused on your tasks at hand. You want to make sure that that daily, you know what, I don't know how you guys deal with different things, but I'm a lister sometimes, or I'll list out my task, or I'll say, this is what I want to accomplish today. And I'll write, and especially if it's important. Now, you might not do this every day, but days when you know that you have to accomplish something, don't let the importance of a list be minimized to you, right? Having lists help keep you on track. They help you stay focused. So whether you put that on your Google app, whether you list that on a straight piece of paper, you have a written planner, you need to stay focused. You need to write those tasks down, right? So when chaos hits, it doesn't take you away and you don't forget. A lot of times when we don't have that list, part of our reason for going into chaos, we don't know what's going on, where were we at, is that we don't have our list. We don't have what we were supposed to be working on. So it's hard to shift from something, an emergency that happens, and then shift right back to your focus, shift right back to your purpose. So you want to make a list. You want to make a list of your tasks. Then, like, for instance, you want to work in short periods too. So you have your work day, right? But if you know that you were up, down, take your laptop with you. All you need is 8 good minutes to get back on track. I promise you. So if you are sitting somewhere and you know your day is up and down and you have things that you need accomplished, you don't need how you're going to do that to add to your stress level, because that's all chaos is doing. It's actually adding to your stress level. It's adding to that negative space, and then it weighs on you and you can't get anything done. Let me tell you, the best times that I have is when I take my laptop with me. I know that I'm going to be doing A, B, C, and D, but I have a goal to accomplish. I might have a client that I need to take care of. I might need to post something on their social media. It just really all depends. What I need to do, I take my laptop with me. And when I get a moment of downtime, guess what I whip out? I whip out my laptop. Or I have it so that a lot of my stuff can be done from my phone. All my Adobe products are right here. You use your technology. We're talking about breaking chaos. We're talking about it, right? So you work in short periods. Take care of your mental and physical stress, people. Your mental and your physical stress. That is When you need those moments of what is it, mental health days, you need to get away, you need to take a trip, you need to go out and take a walk, because physical and mental goes hand in hand. If you're not exercising, not even walking, then it does exercise helps uncloud the brain. I forget what the proper term is, but it gives you clarity, is what I'm trying to say. So say you're having a rough day, take your time. Take your time, take a breath, step back. Don't be afraid to do that. That creates an element of peace. That creates an element of control for you, and find your structure. How you like to do something, the way you like to do it, the focus that you like to give to it, just find it. I'm telling you right now, it can do nothing but benefit you. So at the end of the day, right? Most of us look like this. Most of us, we still look like we've been through everything. We're trying to be the business person. We're trying to be the mom. We're trying to have fun with the kids. We're trying to clean. We have all these things in front of us because we're multitaskers, and most of us look like this. We have tried and we have tried and we have tried, and we are still wore out. It's easy to identify the problems that hit us, the chaos that knocks us off. But let me tell you something. As glass breakers, we have to find a way to make it happen. That's who we are. We are glass breakers, and we are driven to accomplish our goals. Doesn't make us infallible, but it does make us driven. It makes us heavy, because at the end of the day, we still have to get some things accomplished. Now, a whole lot of things go into our day. A whole lot of things go into creating this safe place for us, making sure that we maintain our peace, making sure we maintain a level of or the atmosphere that we want to have, so that we can accomplish the goals that we set in front of us, right? The tasks, the dreams. We take care of our clients. We don't leave them hanging. We are professional. We represent the way we need to represent in the field that we're in, right? So I have a few hacks that will help just about everybody. Like, I have a few hacks that will cut down via technology your chaos, because technology is a big thing, but a lot of times we get overwhelmed, and that's part of the chaos that ends up in our life. So here are 5 ways to leverage technology, right? To leverage technology so we can break away from chaos. So the first thing that we have is Unroll Me. And this is a streamlined hack. The unroll.me. That is a software that helps you manage your email. How many things have you signed up to so you can look in your email, get directly to what you're looking for, because you have signed up for every free product you could, because your finances didn't put you in a space where you could pay for 150 different coaches, 20 mentors. You didn't have we have coaches for coaches, mentors for mentors. Unroll.me. That is an email hack. It helps you clean up your entire email box, but it unrolls you. I'm telling you, it unrolls you in the things that you don't want to be a part of. It helps clean up your mailbox. I'm telling you, unroll.me. Keep that. That's a hack you want to keep. Dashlane. Dashlane helps you keep track of all your passwords. Right? So it is highly secure. So when you're going through stuff, I'm telling you, the first thing you don't want to have to think of, and you are in a tight position, you've gotten an email that makes you have to log into something and get some information, and you can't remember your password because everything has 150 passwords. And if you're in corporate America, you've got to change your password every 90 days. Come on, Dashlane. Look it up. Cozy, Cozi. Now, if you have family, if you are a family person, Cozy is the hack for you. It's a schedule hack. So Cozy will keep track of your children, your husband, your wife. It'll keep track of your dog visits, your pet visits. It'll keep track of family events, of doctor visits. Come on. It'll keep track of whether you're going to soccer today. It'll help keep track whether you're going to ballet tomorrow. Cozy. I used to use it all the time. I don't use it so much anymore because I'm a single girl. I'm not single. I'm married, but my daughter's 26 years old. I'm not keeping track of nothing. She's in another city, y'all, and she took my dog with her. She just came back and took one of my pets. So I'm getting over that. I am. But Cozy is a schedule hack. So you can definitely use Cozy if you have a family and you have young children, especially that are busy. This is excellent for that. Number 4 is not necessarily an app. It is something that you can do personally. You can hide your email. What do I mean by that? So say you're at home and your phone, a lot of times we get our work email on our phone. Hide your work email after a certain time. Otherwise, you're always going to be looking at your phone for your email. If you're at work, hide your personal email so that you're not going back and forth from personal. What I used to do is I would have my phone on do not disturb and only have specific things come through. So I could do not disturb, but I could have my husband could reach me, my daughter could reach me, my mom could reach me, or my brothers and sisters could reach me, right? So I use my phone very specifically. One day we're going to go over how to optimize your phone. That might be next week. We'll think about it. So then the last thing I want to talk about is eliminate or reduce notifications. I'm going to tell you that kind of saved my life because all the things between my watch connected to my phone and all the different apps we end up on. How many apps do you have on your phone? Okay, we're going to talk about optimizing. I know that's what we're going to talk about next week, optimizing your phone, but eliminating or reducing notifications, right? I had to cut off some notifications. Every time Amazon Prime comes up with a sale, I don't need to know about it. We're talking about eliminating all this chaos and stress around you, just eliminating all the randomness. Your phone, how many times a day do you look at this phone? How many times a day? You can't tell me you only look at this phone like 2 or 3 times a day. We are looking at everything. So when you are busy, the best thing for you to do is eliminate or reduce your notifications. You can set them to time schedules. You can set them to only alert you in important stuff. I had to take all of that away. I couldn't even see it. As a matter of fact, I took social media off my home pages. So you know how, well, on a Samsung phone, you have your home page and then you can scroll up or click a button and then you see all of your apps, right? I made sure that I didn't see Facebook because, you know, they put those little numbers up there. So when I look at Facebook, I was like, man, I'm missing 25 notifications. So instantly, I'm hitting the Facebook. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do, but I've picked up my phone because it's so easy for us to pick up the phone. That's the first thing we do. I had to eliminate that. Now I have Facebook on my homepage, but it doesn't show me the notifications. So there's a couple ways you can do it on your phone as far as notifications. There's notifications that come up the top, and then there's notifications right on the app. You can control both of those. And on an Apple phone, everything is on that one screen. You just scroll back and forth. Again, don't put stuff that are going to take away from your time, right? And help you take away from your time, the time you need to be doing stuff, right? It takes it away. And then when it's time to do it, you're rushing, you're struggling, and you are in total chaos because you got to get something done. But you spent so much time on your phone. Make sure those things aren't on that first page, your home page on an Apple phone. Make sure that you control the notifications. You don't need to see that you've missed 99 notifications on Facebook, because that's what happens. Then we get nosy because, oh my gosh, what if my mom, my sister, my cousin is trying to get in touch with me, right? Trying to get in touch with me. And I'm looking at this app and I need to look and see who's trying to get to me on Facebook. That has nothing to do with your end result. That has nothing to do with the client that's looking for their stuff at 12 p.m. That has nothing to do with it. So I want you to look over these 5. Which ones do you think that you'll implement? Which ones do you think are going to be good for you? Is it going to be Unroll Me for your email hack? Is it going to be Dashlane for passwords? Is it going to be Cozy to get you back on schedule and get you back on track? Is it going to be, behavioral? Is it going to be a behavioral hack, like hiding your email, hiding your work email when you're doing personal things, and hiding your personal things when you're doing work? That is super important, because either one can take over where it's not supposed to. And then lastly, are you going to reduce your notifications? If you find yourself like this all the time, let me tell y'all something. This is super basic, right? I went to, I won't say where I went, but it was one of the dollar stores. It wasn't the Dollar Tree, the dollar store. It wasn't one of them, but it was one of the lower cost stores, right? And I went there and I was standing in line, and there was a person in front of me, and the cashier was ringing them up. Once the cashier started ringing them up and told them how much it was, they went to grab their card and they went to pay for the purchase, right? The cashier then picked up her phone while the customer is doing his thing. This is the cashier, not even looking up. And when he was like, okay, thank you. She was like, thank you. And she put her phone down and she waited on me. But the thing is, was that appropriate for her to be on her phone at the cashier while she was doing business with someone? Now that's very, I thought it was unprofessional. Somebody else may think something else. However, that's in the small realm of things, right? You're at a store, you're doing a cashier, but what about your business? What about your ministry? Are you totally showing up? Because that's what chaos does. Chaos takes you outside of you being able to show up. And I went over all those things to talk about whether you were addicted to chaos or not, and whether you were around people that might be addicted, whether or not you need to find your peace. I went over all of that because at the end of the day, it takes away from you. It is a negative that takes away from you and does not have you doing your best, right? So today, guys, we talked about living in chaos and how tech can make a difference. And we just went over 5 different tech initiatives, whether they were apps or whether they were behavioral things that you can implement to bring all your things into play, right? So I want to thank you. Do you have any if you have any questions, I'll be happy to go back in the comments. I will happy to go back in the comments. Hey, hi, Dr. Moore. Hi, Naisha. But I'll be happy to go back in the comments, answer your questions, whatever you need. You can reach me at info@sharondalynn.com, and you can reach me at that number if you need any tech assistance, any social media assistance. I'm your girl, Sharon, and you can go to sharondalynn.com to find me. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Sharonda Lynn. And don't forget to follow She Is Still Dope TV. We are doing Roku. We are going live. We are doing the darn thing. Oh, wait, one more thing, y'all. Listen, I'm giving you a class this week on the 26th. Yes, you're welcome, Kimberly. Hi, Miss Gloria. I'm going to tell you on the 26th, I am doing social media 101. So if you have a business, if you have a course you want to teach, you have a ministry, you're trying to get your information out there, honey, let me tell you, I am going to be showing you how to do that for free. It's for free. It's social media 101. So I want to see you there. All of you that are on here, please like and share. If this information blessed you, like and share the love. We want to be sure that we reach all the women we can in this very extraordinary network, right, of women teaching and showing and exclaiming. Amen. All right. So listen, follow us. She is Still Dope TV, and we will talk to you soon. Listen, I love you. Take care. Have an amazing week, guys. See you next week at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Mwah! Talk to you soon.